Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. I had a customer ask me to do a box for a specific occasion. She wanted to give this lady, it's a bit of a joke, a set of green pens. There's some funny joke going around her office or whatever. Anyway, she wanted them boxed, and this is the box I came up with. It holds lots of green pens for... So I didn't want to make another one with the way I put a wee pen holder, which is the great wee punch. This one here, it's great for doing if you're labeling anything at all. So it's called Circle Tab Punch, and it makes a great wee pen holder if ever you have to add it to the side of a notebook or anything. It's great. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I'm going to make this box again, but I'm going to make a Christmas one, and I'm not putting the pen on. But I'll give you all the directions to the same size. Good sturdy box, and be great filled up with sweets for Christmas or birthdays, whatever. I'm actually going with a Christmas theme today, and I'm using lovely real red card and this lovely DSP, which is flocked from Santa's workshop. So I've all the pieces cut for you. The lid's going to be in Whisper White and the base in real red. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of real red card. This is a substantial size of a box, it really is, and it's great for holding all kinds of everything. You'll be able to fit lots of presents into it. So get yourself a piece 9 1/4 by 12 inches. And we're going to score on the 12-inch side first. So on the 12-inch side, score at 2 3/4, 5 3/4, 8 1/2, and 11 1/2. And then just turn it round and score on the 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3 1/4. And that's the scoring for that one done. So we're going to score our lid as well. So for the lid, you're going to need a piece that measures 7 inches by 6 3/4. But when you're doing your cutting, you're measuring out your 7 inches, just go over 1/16 of a notch, just a wee notch over, and cut it. And the same at this side, go your 6 3/4 and go one wee tiny notch over, and that gives you the perfect lid, the perfect snug fitting lid. If you do it just 7 inches with it, it'll be too tight, and if you go by 1/8, you'll be too big, it'll be too loose. So just get yourself into the way of doing that, just 1/16 over on either measurement. And then on the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 2 inches. We'll spin it right the way around to the opposite side and just do 2 inches again. And then on the smaller side, we're going to do the same, 2 inches, and spin it right the way around and 2 inches again. And that gives you your box, or your lid, sorry. So your DSP that you're going to need for either of these, I'll have all the measurements on my blog anyway, but the DSP you're going to need for your box bottom will be 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. You need 2 pieces that size, and then you need 2 pieces that measure 2 1/2 by 5 3/4, and that covers the base of your box. And then just putting one wee piece on the lid, and that needs to be 3 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So we'll get on now, and we'll make our lid sure whenever it's here. For my lid, I am going to just cut up diagonally from your, it's very bright, isn't it? Let's see if I turn that off, would it help any? Gives it an awful shadow, it's not really helping, sure it's not. So just like, you'll know more or less, you'll not be able to see the line, but you'll see what I'm doing. Cut in a triangular motion up to that first score, and then just cut this away. This gives a nice wee neat hold for this kind of box. Same with this side. Right into that groove where you scored and bring it up. And that's what you need there. And I'm going to clip those away because you know I don't like them curling up. Do the same this side. Go from your point right in and straight up. Same again this corner. And cut up your groove. And the same, just chop those wee in. You don't have to do that, but I think it just helps when you go to stick it all down. So, we'll do our creases now. Give them a good score. Just make sure they're lined up exactly where you want them. Nice and straight. And a good crisp fold on them. Now when you're here you could stick your lid piece on. So that bit is cut to fit exactly in there, and we're just going to use a bit of wet glue. Look at the other side, isn't it pretty too? But I just can't bear to stick the flat side down. It's just too nice, too lush. So a bit of wet glue and stick that in the centre there. And while we have it here, I actually have stamped this cute little, I'm doing very little stamping on this box because it'll leave me that I can use it for anything. I've used the Signs of Santa, the North Pole seal, which I really love. It's great for Christmas, it really is. And I have cut it out using the matching die, which saves me any hassle. And I didn't want to be doing it while you were standing waiting on me to do it and running over to the die cutting machine and whatever, so I worked ahead. So just put a couple of your dimensionals, and we're just going to pop that in the middle. But just bear in mind when you do this, remember to have your north facing the proper way, and then when you go to put your ribbon, there's going to be ribbon around this, make sure that it's tied to suit that. So now we just want to put some wet glue on all these corners. Oops, and just bring them up. The good thing about having cut off any extra bits, you have room to slide this down and get glue everywhere. I'm so messy. But it'll rub off with my wee magic rubber. So just line them up nicely. Hands are so sticky. But use your little glue remover. Yep, just takes it all the way. Now, so now we know that is our front, so whenever we make up the box, I'm going to fit that with my ribbon to match. So with a bit of cutting to do with this one. So I'm going to do it with my pen again. And this is going to be the top, obviously. This one, we're just keeping half of it. So this can go away and this can go away. This one, we're taking away all of it. This one, again, half of it. And this one, we're keeping all of it, but we can take away those and that. And then we're just cutting in there and cutting in there. So not too much cutting in this one. Shows you the size of that box. But so we're going to cut straight over here. and then up. And this one comes away, so I can go right over. And then cut up. And keep that wee square. It'd be good for punching shapes, circles, to put your sentiments on or whatever. Don't waste stuff. We're going to chop this up a bit on this side. And with a bit of pen mark there, so I want to cut that out. So, same again over here. And then that one goes in a wee bit. That's your lid, or your bottom actually. And we're going to chop those in. Same here, bring it in and up. And there's what you're left with. You've got your long bit, this will be the bottom, front and back and side. So just do all your folds now. This really is a great box. And so sturdy. This real red card is so sturdy to work with. Great for box making. This is the 12-inch pack. You get garden green and real red in the pack. Now that'll be it, and then we're going to join it up. We'll join this one up first. A bit of wet glue. Oh, we don't want it joined up yet, we don't. I forgot to put my nice DSP on. But we can do this bit soon as of the glue on it. I heard somebody shouting in the background. Put your DSP on. So, some of them are wider than others, so make sure you get them right. And again, a wee bit of glue. Oops, stuck in my sleeve. Oh, the feel of that is just lovely. It's going to make this box look lush. So you put this one here. Oops. Come on, move. Let's see what this side. The flock is just sticking to my jersey. See a bit of pencil mark there. And the last one. And that's your covering done. Oh, that box feels so luxurious. It really does. So, put a wee bit of glue just to keep your bottom happy. So so that it doesn't, if you're putting something substantial in there, you want it to hold the weight. And you can put a wee bit in that flap because it will not be opened. So make sure you get it all lined up nicely. Tuck that in without getting on your edges. And there you have it. And with your bone folder can go in there and just push that down so that it all takes nicely. Now, I think that's lovely. It's a good sturdy box. And now you just go to put your lid on and it'll fit perfectly and snug. That's what you want, a nice snug lid. So our north's facing there, so we know our ribbon's going to go there, and we're going to put on some poppy red. And the best way actually to do that, rather than having the bow slip up and down, is put a bit of turn tape. So start in the centre at the front, roughly the centre, it doesn't have to be perfect. And just guide yourself around, sticking as you go. Oops, sticking to me. Bring that round. Now, before you take your sticky off, tie yourself a bow and see how it feels. So do you have enough cut? Whenever that sticky's on, that'll help you a lot. But I don't want to cut short. Yeah, that's it, fine. Use my big scissors. Now, hopefully I've done that right. So, just tear yourself off. A bit of turn tape. And work your way around. So if you fold that up, you know, right, that's where you want your bow, and more or less that's should get you going. Stick that over the top. It's really just to hold it in place for a wee while. Don't tear all your turn tape off. Work your way around so you're not sticking to your table. And hope that you've got, or hope that I've got, the right measurement. Not too bad, sure's not. So tie yourself a knot. And just trim your edges. Just we want that coming down the front, which it doesn't want to do. Now, you could add anything else you want to decorate that up. I'm just leaving it. I think it's just a nice enough box on its own. Like it's going to be so pretty. Inside looks so well as well. You could actually line the inside if you want to go really posh, but it feels lush with that flock. It really does. So there's the one box, 2 ideas. One for Christmas. One would be great for wee notes or shopping lists or anything. If you made them this size and popped them in the box, you know, they could be writing out sticky notes or anything at all. They make a lovely box, and I think that's a cute idea for the pen. It certainly worked for my customer. So I hope you like that. I'll have all the details, all the measurements, and links to everything I've used on my blog. So that should be me for the week. I'll see you next week. Bye.